So tell me, is you ready, baby? Tell me, is you ready, baby?
Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to the Be Like D channel. It's your girl D coming back with another review of Power Book Force Season 2, Episode 2. Y'all know Tommy Show, okay? This episode was good, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. So the episode opens up where we left off with basically Tommy, shot up Chewie. He done walked off, and now the police are finding the body. So the police are finding the body. They trying to understand what's going on. Then we have some interaction with one of the police officers like, these people don't want to talk. And then the detective get mad, was like, these people are following a street code, and if you don't learn that, you will understand, basically. So then it was like, get your ass out of my face, basically. I said, okay, check that nigga, okay, because he don't know what the hell he's talking about. So then he ended up going over to talk to some saxophone player dude that was at the corner, trying to get information out of him. He basically said he flipped on CBI and all this and that. He switched, CBI split down, all this and that. So now the detective got all the tea, okay? So then we get to Dime and Tommy done walked in on Dime having sex with some girl. He's talking about it's an emergency. I had to go and let you know that Chewie has been handled, basically. So then then Dom gets mad and he all like, why did you do that? Like, now you starting a war over some, like, one little thing. You gotta get your mind right, bro. You can't be going making moves like that without me. I'm like, nigga told you last episode that he was going to go handle that, okay? What you thought he was gonna do? So then he's like, you need to start letting all of this go, letting all this Liliana stuff going on. You need to stop all of that. Then he turned around like, nigga, what? He said, you need to stay focused, basically, because we make you talking about how we making all this money. We ain't gonna be able to live to see it if you ain't living like this. And then Tommy says, well, my old partner said the same thing. You know what? You right, okay. But I couldn't let that shit go, though, okay? That shit couldn't go because then all these other niggas gonna think they can try us, and all these other niggas need to stay in line, okay? Jannard walking up to his people, they over here training how to shoot because they asses can't shoot, okay? And then he tells them that Chewie dead, and that they like, oh, you think your brother put out the hit? He was like, nah, Dom ain't gonna do no dumbass shit like that. But that nigga Tommy, though, it's like, basically he put a hit out on Tommy, saying it's on site for Tommy's ass, okay? Anybody that get that nigga, it's good, okay? So then we get Tommy going to meet up with Vic, and Vic, he basically trying to convince Vic, like, oh, so what you doing? You still working with your daddy after all that BS? He was like, no, I'm not. He's like, oh, you and Claudia out too? What Claudia doing? Nah, she out. We ain't working together. We ain't good. She's a bitch. And then Tommy's like, oh, well, sometimes you gotta, get rid of the parasites in your life, because, even if they family, gotta put that dog down, if you know what I'm saying. And then Vic like, what you trying to say? He's like, I mean, if he's holding you back, you can burn it all down and build your own, okay? He's like, oh, you can come work for me. And he's like, nah. He's like, but anyway, I know you ain't coming up here for no advice or whatever job offer. So what you here for? He's like, yeah, who killed Liliana? Because when I find that motherfucker, it's gonna be on and popping, basically. And then Vic is like, oh, I don't know. I'll let you know if I hear anything. And then Tommy was just like, okay, looking at the nigga side eye. And he walk out. Then Vic was like, oh, Tommy, do you know who deaded Dahlia? The stuff that the what is it called? The recipe got leaked. The Dahlia recipe got leaked. It's like, so do you know who deaded Dahlia? He's like, I don't know. I'll let you know if I hear anything, though. I was like, okay, that was cute. Flip his words on him. So they both know they holding something back, okay? They both know they lying, okay? So that was pretty funny. Okay, so now we're over to Walter and his right-hand man, and they talking to some guy, I'm guessing from Dublin or whatever. So then he basically saying they end up getting a bad batch of pills. So he need him to move those. And then he was like, "What? So it's a bad batch? How I'ma sell these?" He was like, "I'm gonna need you to sell them." So sell them. So he's like, "What's the side effects?" And he was like, "Just know that the drug that helps them if they overdose ain't gonna work for their ass." I was just like, "Well, damn." Okay, so he was like, he look over to his dude. He like, "So I guess we're gonna sell him on the south side." I was just like, "Well, damn, you gonna sell him to the black people?" Oh, racism. Okay, so then he said, "Well, you're gonna need the kids' help with this. You're gonna have to get the kids, okay?" And then Walter looking like, "Damn, okay, I'm gonna have to go talk to them, okay?" And then we see Claudia having sex with some dude. Apparently, it's the dude that's from Dublin too that threatened the daddy and tell him that he had made his payment or whatever. So then she basically trying to get information out of him to see what's the deal that the daddy got with them and what's going on. And then dude say he can't tell her, but he will say if the daddy don't start making more money, don't start stepping it up, that I'll just say it won't be no Flynn organization to squabble with, okay? And she was like, "They can do that?" And he's like, "Yeah, they'll cut his fucking head off." I said, "Well, damn." Automatically took me to a Game of Thrones. I was just like, oh, not the Snow family. But that's what it felt like. Like, just gonna dead the family? Oh my gosh. So she all scared. Then we get Dom going to go talk to Jannard. And he basically trying to tell Jannard that you don't need to start no war. We don't need none of that happening. Bloodshed is expensive. And nigga, you ain't got no money from what it looked like, okay? And then, of course, Jannard gotta be like, I just can't wait for you to realize that you chose the wrong person, okay? You chose the white boy over your brother, okay? Then he started talking about his business with trying to I guess get his corners or whatever. I don't know. He said it's business. Like, okay, was it business when you you sent them people over there to get me? Was that business to kill your own brother? Okay, was that business? Was it business to try to go after Tommy but then miss and hit his nephew? Was that business? I was like, okay, Dom. He's like, and then he go Jannard trying to flip it on him, talking about, but what about you going to the Serbs, okay? I thought we both agreed on that, huh? You had the Serbs after me. And then Don was like, there you go, blame other people for your own dumbass mistakes. You a grown ass man, okay? I chose the bank. He said, I chose the bank. I said, damn, you feel like Tommy the bank? Okay, that's cool. He's like, and so don't go start no war that your ass know you ain't got no shot in winning. And then he go, all right, y'all, after Diamond left, he gonna call his dudes in. All right, we're gonna hold off on that Tommy shit, all right? Like, we ain't got time for that. We gotta get to this money, okay? I said, look, your brother, look, he helped your dumb ass out, okay? But of course, one nigga, he kind of looking like, alright, but then the other one gotta be like, nah, that was my dog. Fuck that. He gotta run out. I'm like, ugh. It's always one. It's always one. They gotta be extra prideful, okay? So now we're over to Walter and Vic. And Walter pretty much trying to convince Vic to come back to the crew. Come on, you need a job to do. I got a job for you, okay? Family business, okay? And Vic is like, why would I ever do that? Why would I do that, huh? You don't show me no respect. You're conniving. You gonna lie some more? When you gonna lie again? Probably lie right now. I was like, yeah, true. Stay on his ass, okay? So then he's like, why don't you go ask Claudia, because she and you are the same, okay? And she was running her own thing with Dahlia. And then Daddy was like, okay, she was running her business. He got to get convinced. But she's a woman. But he want his son because he's his son. I'm like, oh, goodness. Diamond, he in his barbershop cutting hair, and his PO walk in. And he got to be all like, a house business and this and that. But then he all like, you finna do a P test in front of everybody. I was like, you couldn't put him to the back. You couldn't. That was like so disrespectful. But you know what? He showed that he was gonna be an ass when he first encountered him. But I was like, damn, in front of everybody, you couldn't be like, okay, let me talk to you in the back, then ask him for the sample. You gotta be an asshole. But anyway, we get Jannard. This is when he actually said that, you know, he telling the people we're gonna stay off of Tommy's ass right now. Then after all of that, he get a text from Miguel saying he need to meet his ass tomorrow. And he start looking all worried and shit, okay? Because he ain't got no money. So then we get Walter talking to Claudia and basically convince her ass to come and work for him, and she gonna have an equal partnership, some kind of thing, and then, you know, trying to convince her that I need you at the head of this. I need you, this deal that I got coming up, it's just for you, girl. And she just like, oh really? Oh. You know, she all thirsty for power, so she like, oh really, huh? I can handle stuff within the family. So then she gets convinced, but then he still slides in there at the end. I think you should convince your brother to come on over too. And then she's like, oh, we can do it without him. She's like, no, we're family. We're a family. And then of course she's like, I'll talk to him. I'm like, girl, you fell for it again. Or are you playing a game? Because you feel like you fell for it for me. But then we get Tommy going to bring the money to Miguel. So of course a dude walk up telling him, you know, he can't come in, no white boys. But then you got another dude walking up and he talking about Tommy Egan. I said, nigga, how you know his name? And then you don't just say Tommy, you say Tommy Egan. And then the Tommy like, nigga, how you know my name? And then he was like, Chico, Julio's boy from Queens. And Tommy was just like, And he says, what's up? And then Tommy said, oh yeah. I said, oh no, nigga, you dead. You dead. You don't want no connections to New York, okay? You just called yourself out for being like, I know you. You're a dumbass. Okay, so then the Serbs show up and they end up shooting. And there's a whole little shootout scene, and then Tommy ends up getting shot. I was just like, oh damn, but you know, he was doing good at one point. He had all the dudes. He was covering Miguel, and Miguel noticed. Okay, so now we're at the DA's office, and the lady coming in that's the head of the team is basically saying that they didn't get approved for their little task force against Tommy. And everybody's like, what? How is that even possible? We should be a united force on this. United front on this. What department did approve it? Looking at it. So they are trying, you know, I talked to the mayor about it, but the lady saying, no, well, I want to do this on my own. So I'm like, okay, so now she got drama with the mayor. Miguel and the guy that's supposed to know Tommy talking. The dude telling Miguel that Tommy is a crazy white boy. But then Miguel telling him that Tommy lost everything in New York, and that, you know, he lost his girl, his friend, his business. And then the dude was like what? A man without nothing to live for is, you know, crazy. It's dangerous to have around, especially to have around your business. And then he was like, valuable too. So Miguel kind of think he sees something that he can use in Tommy's ass. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So then, but I'm like, well, how you supposed to know Tommy if he had to tell him that? He would have to know that, right? I don't know. But anyway, so then we get over to Tommy, you know, he getting patched up by Miguel's sister. As he getting patched up, he overhear these two niggas talking about the damn drop for the next day and the place and time. I said, oh my gosh. And then of course he's sitting there, he listening to that. Then he also flirting with the damn sister. And the sister's like, I told your ass you gonna be dead soon, keep living life like this. And then of course he's still flirting, and she's like, how can you flirt like right now at this moment? You flirt. And then she basically kind of told him, you need to chill though, for real, because you this is not gonna be good for you, okay? My brother don't play that kind of thing, okay? So Miguel and Tommy talk, He basically leading Tommy up out of there, like, all right, you patched up, you can go. Okay. So then he's saying, his issue with the Serbs, about the, they gonna pay. And then he noticed, he said, yo, efforts today was not unnoticed. Okay, thank you for the help. Pretty much. And then Tommy was like, what was that? Was it over territory? And he was like, everything in this city is. And then Tommy was like, I see that. So I'm looking at him like, Tommy made that face like it got him thinking like this city different, but like I might have to move different. But then again, I'm like, it's you, Tommy. You're not finna do that. It's Tommy. He don't want to conform to their games. He just gonna force his way in, doing his way, okay? And now we connected it back to the title, Force, okay? That's what Tommy gonna do, okay? He don't really care about none of that, but he watching y'all, okay? Now we got Tommy asking about how that dude that mentioned Julio from New York, how they know about that. And then Miguel was like, I got eyes everywhere. And Tommy looking at that nigga like, okay. So then Miguel's grandmother shows up because he says abuela. So he said, okay, so I'm guessing it's his grandma. So then Tommy tried to play it cool. He all like, oh yeah, I like that ride, And she looking at that nigga like, and keep walking. Then we have Claudia and Vic at a bar. So she tracked him down. He had some boy looking a hot mess. Okay, he looked like he needs to take a bath. He looked like he stank. Okay, and he drinking a lot. He all depressed. So then, of course, she tells him that, you got to get back in. This is a bad look for the family, okay? He like, when you care about the family? She like, I got to go back and work with Dad because if he mess up, he going to lose everything we supposed to get. He's going to lose everything that we're owed. I was like, girl, you just worried about the money. So she was like, everything that we're owed, we need to get our stuff, okay? I got to step in and help it out, okay? And then Vic was like, okay, go ahead. He gonna play your ass again. Okay, he gonna play you. He gonna hurt you again. And then he was like, I'm just trying to protect you. And then she's like, oh, how you protected Gloria? I said, bitch. That is a nasty ass woman, okay? How you gonna say that to your brother? And then she gonna have the nerve to say, all you had to do was run away and you couldn't do that right. I said, oh, another stab, girl. And he ate it. He was like, like, really? This is what you say to me? Okay. He was like, you know what? Fuck you, Claudia. Okay, I was like, exactly. And then he's like, you can go ahead and work with Dad because y'all the fucking same. Okay, I say they are. She is her father's daughter, okay? That was some fucked up shit to say, okay? And then she didn't care. She didn't care after she said it. Now we got Miguel and his grandma talking. But then in the scene, she says, my son. So I was confused. I was like, is that she just saying my son? Or, but anyway. But she's saying, who the hell was that white boy? He looked like a Serb. I was like, what the hell? Apparently, she don't trust Tommy's ass off the first glimpse. And then he just like, I don't trust the nigga either. I gut him if I need to, okay? But he doing good business for me right now. He working with CBI. And, he doing hella good over there. And then he was like, and of course he saved my life today. And she said, you need to be asking why. I said, you know what? You do. Because Tommy plotting. But basically she on Tommy's ass and she was like, don't get into business with this nigga, okay? Because if you get in, what she said, you get into business with dogs, I don't know, it was a whole little thing she said, but don't get into business with that dog, okay? I was like, damn. Everybody be knowing Tommy trouble, but they still somehow get wrapped in it. So now we're over to the police. The lady from the DA office, that's the head of the little people. I still don't even know what her name is or what her title was. I don't know. The lady that's in charge with the police stuff. So then she's basically begging some lady that she done cornered outside, and like she was probably on her way from lunch or something, to be like, come on, why does our task force not get approved? We can connect this. We got this. We can get this man from our NYC Connect. We can connect him to all of these organizations, and we can bring them all down single-handedly. Looking ass. We can connect it to the cartel. At first, she was walking like, cartel. If you can connect us to the cartel, we can Okay, so then apparently she got to get some department on board, but she got some issue with the police department and some issues about like people in the neighborhood don't want to feel like they being surveilled. But then that's when she jumped ship after she said cartel, and then she was like, well, if you can get this, if you can prove that Tommy Egan is connected to the cartel, I might can help you get your task force. So I'm like, okay, they just gotta connect this nigga to the cartel, and he right there. So then we get Jannard, boxing chick. I forgot. I don't know her name. I think it's Trisha. I don't know. T. And she training the dude that was all bad because Jannard told them they gotta chill out on Tommy right now. They stormed off. She training him, doing his little boxing thing, and he over here talking shit the whole time. Talking about, oh, I don't know what he doing, all this and that. No wonder niggas jumping from team to team because you ain't on you, you ain't doing good business basically. So then they don't want to work for no weak ass niggas. And then of course she like, hey, don't be talking about my man, okay? And he's like, well, your man's losing in this street game. And she looking like, oh shit. Dime and Tommy talking. So Dime was like, shit. I mean, not Dime. Tommy was like, the Serbs and Miguel are beefing, so we need to go ahead and capitalize on this. I said, look at them plotting. But Dime was like, well, you know my PO on my ass, so I don't know how we gonna do that. Okay, so then he says that Tommy basically tell Dime that he overheard the drop, the time, the place. He just need to know where's 290. What is that? And of course Dime know. So then he like, oh shit, this gonna be easy. They ain't gonna even see us coming. I said, oh. Dime's like, what that mean? Nigga, you know what that mean, okay? Best be ready for that action. Okay, so then we get this weird ass scene with Vic. You know, he gotta be, I guess, I don't know what he got going on. Okay, I know he depressed because of Gloria, but I'm just over him a little bit. He goes to a gas station, has some weird sex encounter with some girl out of nowhere. Then the owner of the store get mad. He pull a gun out on the man, and then he leaves. And then he drinking in his car, and he get pulled over. He start talking shit like, I probably own y'all. Y'all probably part of the payroll, looking as the Flynn family and all of that. Now it's the Flynn family when your ass in trouble. So then he ended up getting arrested. He got tased too because the dude was like, fuck you doing? Stop moving. So now we're over to Miguel and Che, which is the cartel leader dude, okay? So which is Miguel's boss. So he telling him that he want to hit the Serbs because they hit him basically, and he's like, no, you can't do that. There's not the time for that, and that's gonna kill a lot of business that your people can't cover. Okay, I was like, well, damn. But it also shows you where they setting it up for Tommy to go ahead and slide right in, okay? Because Tommy probably gonna come in there with all the business, okay? So that's what he gonna be needing. He needs them to knock out the Serbs. Well, knock out anybody. They're gonna have territory. So now we're over to Jannard, and one of his dudes come in talking about, hey, Jannard, some foreign motherfucker. Here. I said, why he gotta be foreign motherfucker? But turn out it's the Serbs. Okay, so it's the Serb dude, and he basically telling Jannard basically tell the Serb guy that he he getting the pipeline up and running, it's still up and coming, but he gonna give him that money when he can. And the dude was just like, yeah, but you're still gonna be making your payments, right? Like, payments. Okay. So then the dude, dude ended up giving him the money. So then he gives him the money. He said you gonna pay up on the territory that you was talking about as well. I'm waiting on that too. I'm like, damn, Janora, you in deep, okay? So then after they leave, turns out that money was for Miguel. It was not for the Serbs. So then the dude was like, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? That was for Miguel. And then Jannar looking like shit. Okay, then Dom gets some weird ass he about to get arrested kind of thing going on, but then we later find out, let me go get that out the way. We later find out that it's some old PO he had PO. Some old at the jail, okay? Whoever them people are at the jail, okay? One of them. CO? I think so. Yeah, I guess he was having sex with them. Okay. Then he gets a text from Tommy that's saying, they'll go for 2 p.m. But then he have a look like, damn, this not me. I'm like, oh damn it. Y'all know Dom ain't want to be in this life no more. I don't even know why he's still pretending like he want to be. Okay, so now we got Jannar and he and his little girlfriend Jim. They talking. He basically telling her he ain't got no money. How he gonna pay Miguel when he just paid the Serbs, and then she ended up giving him some money, well, her money. And then he just like, oh, thank you. So then we get Vic and Walter, and Victor coming out of the jail, and Walter meeting him, and he like, how you know? He's like, well, when you go around throwing that Flynn name around, I'm gonna get some calls, okay? So then of course Vic don't want to hear nothing he's talking about, so he's telling him he need to come back to the family. Walter got a big, we need you, the family needs you, okay? But then somehow he's like, what you need, an apology? You need me to apologize? I'm sorry, I wasn't always the great father, okay? I'm like, that ain't no apology. He said, what else you fucking want, okay? Gloria, I didn't handle it right, okay? God damn, okay? So then he says he'll be a part of it if Claudia is out. And then he's like, no, we a family. We all can do this together. He's like, no, Claudia out. It's the only way I'm going to do this, okay? And then he's like, okay, fine, we'll do it. We'll get it done. It's okay. I'll fix it. I said, oh, Lord, why you got to be doing all of that? Now it's going to be I'm my son, my daughter. But, Victor really don't care about the daughter. So, not Victor. Walter don't really care about the daughter. So he's just like, okay, I didn't really want her anyway. I wanted you. Now, Dom and Tommy get the Serbs. So they sneak up on them and get them. Okay, so then they take the bodies. Then we get the shootout at the damn drop place. So they all, they sneak up on them, had a little shootout, take the drugs, and then of course Tommy walk up to the nigga that act like he knew him, and he revealed himself, and he like, nigga, you know what's gonna happen now, right? He booped that nigga in the throat, okay? I don't know. Okay? And then Diamond comes out of nowhere and runs him over with a car. And now we got Walter and Claudia, and Claudia pissed off because Walter pulled her project, but I guess she heard that Vic gonna have his own thing too, and she's just like, oh really? That's what you're doing? He doesn't deserve this. I deserve this, okay? She all like, I want my power. But, of course, the dad just like, I'm giving it to your brother. Shut up. And then she was like, he doesn't even have the balls, okay? He doesn't have the balls to run this business. And he was like, no, you don't have balls. That's the problem. That's why you might have the balls to whoever you take to bed. But in real life, you'll never be a man, okay? You'll never be a man. But then she's like, man, I don't want to be no man. But you know what? You do the same thing you do to me every time. You screw me over. But you know what? It's my fault. Because I fall for it over and over again. I said, well, that's the truth. Vic told your ass, but he didn't tell you it was gonna be at the hands of him. He trickled down, but it would have eventually had happened. So then we get Miguel showing up to the drop and seeing that it was a shootout, that the drugs is gone, and the fucking Serbs is under the face mask. Okay, so he like, the Serbs. I was like, oh shit, that's why they took the bodies. So then we go over to Tommy and Dom talking. Dom like, we just lit a damn stick of dynamite. I'm like, y'all did. Y'all did, okay? And then of course he go, Dom, you ain't worried about all this death? Like, you don't bother you? I'm like, I see. I told you he had to look at this. I like, this not me. This life looking at us, okay? And Tom was like, nah, sometimes, but I wake up every day ready to die. It's what we signed up for. I'm like, damn, he really in this, okay? But then of course Don was like, but is it worth it? Is it worth it, Tommy? And Tommy like, hell yeah, it's worth it. Especially when we get to the top of the top. And then Don was like, oh, so basically your master plan, world domination. And he go, Tommy, eventually. But Tommy basically said, so right now we finna just build up ourselves. He said, how? Because he was like, how we gonna take over? He's like, we gonna build ourselves up, and when ain't nobody looking, we gonna slide right in. Because Don was telling him that it's gonna be hard to try to get to the cartel. He's like, we just gotta move. We just gonna move Miguel this way, okay? And when nobody's looking, we gonna have all kind of business. All right, all kind of business. That's how Tommy said business. Yeah, we're gonna have business, and it's gonna be ours, okay? I said, boy, Tommy got a plan. Now we got Jannard and his girl, and he all like, oh, I'm in love with you. Thank you for that money. I needed it. Looking at us. And then she basically said him like, you gotta tighten up because your crew don't trust you, okay? They don't think you shit, nigga, okay? But me and my crew, we got you, honey. I'm like, oh Lord, he all in love and shit, okay? This was finna really get him slipped up some more. You already not doing good business. Now you all over this girl. You got this girl all in your head. Then we get Vic. He all drunk at Gloria's gravesite, talking to her grave, saying how he finna get into the business with the daddy again, but it's so he can take him down from the inside. I'm gonna take him down from the inside. He would love to go out in a blaze of glory, but no, I'm gonna tear it all down. I said, oh Lord. Vic coming back with a vengeance, okay? Then we get Tommy. He eating in his car outside of some store or whatever, and then the stupid nigga that Jannard told not to deal with Tommy, not to go after Tommy for right now. Did we ever find out his name? I don't know. The dude that they told not to go mess with Tommy no more, and he stormed off. He ended up shooting at Tommy's car. Tommy drives off. He ended up shooting some little girl. So, or the little girl called Estrella or whatever. So then we get the police officers from the beginning of the episode, I believe, that was it the beginning of this episode? Yeah, beginning of the episode. That he know the street talk and all that stuff. That he was in a car with the lady from the DA office. But then they were in there talking about, she can't get a task force because this and that. He basically let her know that CBI is split down and all this and that, Chewy, all that. So she like, dang, see, we don't know this stuff. We can get real street knowledge if you guys are on our team. But apparently she got some beef in the department, okay? But then, he get a call. He got to leave. And, of course, the call is about the little girl being shot. And then he ended up calling her back. Her name is Stacy. It's Stacy, but he was calling her Stacy. I think it's Stacy. Okay. So he ends up calling her. and let her know that her task force gonna go ahead and get approved because a little girl caught a stray, and I guess he found out it's connected to Tommy, or all of that stuff. So so of course now she got her task force, and now she got reasonable action to be on Tommy's ass. Okay. All right, that is in the episode. That is the end of my review for Power Book 4 Force with Tommy's crazy ass. Okay. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Be Like Dee channel. Okay, drop down in the comments, let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Like, it was a good episode. A lot of stuff was happening. A lot of stuff was really connecting. Okay, I was just like, okay, Tommy, I see you. Oh, I saw that. Okay, it was all good. So drop down in the comments, let me know what y'all thought about the episode, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe.